Making that very first trade, it's a mix of excitement and, let's be honest, a little bit of terror, right? Well, today, we're going to get rid of the terror part. I'm going to show you exactly how to step into the market and place your first trade in a totally professional environment, but without risking a single dollar. Sound good? Let's dive in. So let's get right to it. The number one question on every new trader's mind is this: how on earth do you trade without putting your own hard-earned money on the line? It might sound like a trick question, but it's not. There's a professional method that is the starting point for countless successful traders. Look, the biggest hurdle, the thing that stops most people cold, is the fear of losing real money. And that's a totally rational fear to have. But what if I told you there was a way to face the markets, to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow, all without that crushing financial pressure? Well, there is, and it's an absolutely essential tool of the trade. Okay, so let me introduce you to your new best friend in the trading world, the demo account. I want you to think of this as your personal financial flight simulator. It's a professional-grade platform that mirrors the real markets, but you're using virtual money. This is your playground to experiment, test out your ideas, and build real confidence, all with zero financial risk. I love this analogy, and it's so true. You wouldn't let a pilot fly a 747 without hundreds of hours in a simulator, would you? Of course not. Trading is no different. A demo account is where you build that crucial muscle memory, sharpen your reflexes, and practice making decisions under pressure, all before you're responsible for real capital. And this is where we need a huge mindset shift. It's really, really important. When you're trading live, sure, the primary goal is profit, but in a demo account, your goal is totally different. It's all about mastering the process, the habits you're building here, the discipline, the patience, the strategy. That's the real prize, and it's worth way more than any virtual profit you could ever make. All right, so before you even get close to clicking buy or sell, we need to talk about planning. Just jumping into trades randomly teaches you nothing. A methodical pre-trade checklist is what separates disciplined traders from gamblers. You can think of it as your pre-flight check before you take off. And here's that checklist. It's just 4 simple steps, but they are incredibly powerful. First, what are you actually trading? Let's say the euro versus the US dollar. Second, which way do you think it's going to go? And more importantly, why? Third, where are you getting in and where are you getting out? And that means for a win and for a loss. And fourth, how much virtual money are you putting on the line? This simple structure is your best defense against making emotional, impulsive decisions. That fourth step, allocating risk, this brings us to what I consider the golden rule of trading. Seriously, if you remember one thing, make it this: the 1% rule. It is so simple, you never, ever risk more than 1% of your total account balance on any single trade. This isn't just some friendly advice. It's the absolute bedrock of preserving your capital. It's what keeps you in the game long enough to succeed. Just 1%. It sounds like almost nothing, right? But its power is absolutely massive. Sticking to this one simple rule makes it nearly impossible to blow up your account. It means that even a nasty string of losses won't knock you out for good. So let's make this super practical. Look at this. If you've got a $10,000 demo account, the most you can risk on one trade is $100. Simple as that. If your account is smaller, say $1,000, your max risk is just $10. Practicing this level of discipline in the demo makes it become second nature for when the money is real. Okay, you've done your pre-flight check, you've got your plan. Now it's time to actually execute. We're moving from planning to action. Let's walk through putting on your first simulated trade, step by step. So here's the flow, the step-by-step process of actually placing the trade. You look at the overall trend. You find your specific entry point. You set your stop loss. That's your automated eject button if the trade moves against you. Then you use that 1% rule to figure out your position size. And finally, you set a profit target. See, it's a logical, repeatable process. Okay, a quick heads up. These are the classic rookie mistakes. Seriously, almost everyone falls into these traps at first. Forgetting to set a stop loss, risking way too much on one sure thing, or my favorite, revenge trading after you take a loss. Your demo account is the perfect, safe place to feel these emotional pulls and learn to conquer them without it costing you a dime. All right, the trade's closed, so did you win or lose? You know what? In the demo account, it almost doesn't matter. The most critical part of the whole exercise happens now. It's the debrief. This is where the real learning happens. I really want this to sink in. The goal is not to make a bunch of virtual money. The real goal is mastering your process. Did you follow your checklist? Did you stick to the 1% rule? Did you execute your plan flawlessly? That is a successful trade, regardless of the outcome. And how do you debrief like a pro? You use a trading journal. Now, this isn't some Dear Diary thing. It's a serious performance analysis tool. You log everything: the setup, why you took the trade, a screenshot of the chart, and especially what you learned, win or lose. This is how you stack your experiences and build real expertise over time. So, a common question is, how long should I do this for? A good rule of thumb is at least 2 to 4 weeks of consistent, dedicated practice. You're not looking for a perfect winning streak. What you're looking for is a long string of perfectly executed trades where you followed your process every single time. That's the real goal here. Let's bring it all home with this idea. Every single click, every decision you make in that simulator is building a habit. The discipline you practice, the patience you learn, the risk management you master. These are the very habits that are going to protect your real capital and become the foundation for your success when you eventually decide to go live. So I want to leave you with a final thought, a way to reframe this whole journey. The real challenge isn't just making one winning trade. Anyone can get lucky. The real challenge is building the discipline to make 1,000 good ones, over and over again. It's about building a professional, repeatable process that you can rely on. So the only question left is, are you ready to start your training?